On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Mystery.
Something difficult to understand or explain, a secret or enigmatic quality that adds to the fascination or interest of something. A genre of fiction that involves the solution of a crime or a puzzle.
Examples:
Mystery novel. Unsolved mystery. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of the traveler has yet to be solved by authorities.
Conscious.
Being aware of and able to respond to what is happening around you.
Examples:
Conscious effort. Conscious of having succeeded. He became conscious that he was being followed.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Existence.
The state or fact of someone or something existing.
Examples:
The biggest tree in existence. The struggle for existence. He was an atheist and therefore did not believe in the existence of heaven or hell.
Pause.
To take a short break from talking or doing something before continuing.
Examples:
Pause a moment. Pause for a reaction. The man paused before opening the door.
Possibility.
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Whatsoever.
Not at all, no matter what.
Examples:
Whatsoever it be. Without impact whatsoever. He refused to do anything whatsoever to help her.
Humanity.
All people living on the earth, the quality or state of being human rather than an animal, a machine, etc.
Examples:
Humanity at large. Mass of humanity. They donated large sums of money for the development of humanity.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Blame.
To think or say that someone or something did something wrong or is responsible for something bad.
Examples:
Blame circumstances for the failure. Blame the lack of knowledge. We blamed our impeded progress on lack of money.
Transcendent.
Going beyond the limits of ordinary experience or knowledge, surpassing the usual or expected, exalted or sublime.
Examples:
Transcendent wisdom. Transcendent joy. The transcendent beauty of the Grand Canyon took his breath away.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Elucidate.
To make clear, to explain thoroughly, to clarify or shed light on a concept, situation, or statement.
Examples:
Elucidate the entire incident. Elucidate phenomena. The teacher needed to elucidate the complex math problem before the students could solve it.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples:
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well-versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Controversy.
A lot of discussion and argument about something, often involving strong feelings of anger or disapproval.
Examples:
Controversy among researchers. Arouse controversy. They entered into controversy with a member of the ruling party.
Ridiculous.
Very silly or unreasonable and deserving to be laughed at.
Examples:
A ridiculous amount of money. A ridiculous suggestion. Everyone regarded the theory he advocated as ridiculous, but was later proven correct.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Celebrate.
To acknowledge a memorable or good day or event with a social gathering or enjoyable activity.
Examples:
Celebrate his election. Celebrate Christmas. He celebrated the 10th anniversary of his tenure.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Reconstruction.
The process of rebuilding or repairing something that has been damaged or destroyed, or of restoring something to its original condition.
Examples:
Reconstruction aid. Reconstruction aid. The government announced a plan for the reconstruction of the city's infrastructure.
Studied.
Deliberately considered or scrutinized, carefully thought out or planned.
Examples:
Studied analysis. Well-studied decision. His speech was carefully crafted and delivered with studied confidence.
Autopsy.
A medical examination performed on a dead body to determine the cause of death or identify any underlying medical conditions or injuries, a post-mortem examination or necropsy, in animals.
Examples:
Forensic autopsy. Perform an autopsy. The autopsy report revealed that the cause of death was a heart attack.
Amaze.
To fill with wonder, surprise, or admiration.
Examples:
Amaze and entertain visitors. Amaze everyone. The magician's tricks amazed the audience.
Underneath.
Under or below something else.
Examples:
Underneath the surface of the water. Underneath the laughter. The penny fell underneath the piano.
Pathway.
A track that constitutes or serves as a path, an approach, or a way of doing something.
Examples:
Pathway to understanding. Cellular signaling pathways. When the first molecule in the pathway receives a signal, it activates other molecules.
Correspond.
To match or be similar to something else almost exactly, to exchange messages.
Examples:
Correspond to a standard. Correspond with a foreign student. The numbers on the sign correspond to points on the map.
Bunch.
A grouping of several similar things which are growing or fastened together.
Examples:
A bunch of trees. A bunch of schoolgirls. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Axon.
A long and slender projection of a nerve cell, or neuron, that sends out signals away from the nerve cell.
Examples:
An axon of a nerve cell. The axon terminals. We are developing a technology to promote the elongation and regeneration of sensory nerve axons.
Fiber.
Thread or filament used to make a vegetable tissue, mineral material, or textile.
Examples:
Carbon fiber. Synthetic fiber. We must consume dietary fiber to maintain good health.
Synapse.
The fact or state of failing to finish an activity and of stopping using, making, or doing it.
Examples:
Synapse circuit. And at a synapse. Animals transmit nerve impulses through synapses.
Disappoint.
To fail to meet someone or their hopes or expectations, to make someone feel sad.
Examples:
Disappoint the audience. Don't disappoint me. She worked very hard not to disappoint her boss's expectations.
Vice.
Wrongdoing or wicked behavior, in the form of vice versa, with the order reversed. As a prefix, someone with a job immediately below a particular person.
Examples:
Virtue and vice. Vice chair of the committee. Cats hate dogs and vice versa.
Anesthesia.
A state of controlled, temporary loss of bodily sensation or awareness that is induced for medical purposes.
Examples:
Anesthesia for surgery. Local anesthesia. He is in general anesthesia under the surgeon.
Regain.
To get something back or recover something after it has been lost or taken away.
Examples:
Regain our reputation. Regain my health. After years of hard work, he finally regained his financial stability.
Dreamless.
Without dreams or dreaming, not characterized by or associated with dreams.
Examples:
Child in dreamless slumber. Dreamless nights. After a long day of work, he fell into a deep, dreamless sleep.
Sensory.
Of or relating to the physical senses.
Examples:
A sensory organ. A child with sensory issues. Sharks have highly developed sensory systems and are extremely sensitive creatures.
Visual.
Relating to seeing or sight.
Examples:
Visual navigation. Field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples.
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Auditory.
Of or relating to hearing or the ability to hear.
Examples.
A good auditory memory. Auditory system. The auditory nerve carries sound signals from the ear to the brain.
Passive.
Characterized by a lack of activity or initiative, not actively participating or engaging in something, marked by a tendency to accept things without resistance or opposition.
Examples.
Passive response. Passive vocabulary. The passive approach taken by the government towards climate change is concerning.
Exhibit.
To show something in public for people to enjoy or to provide them with information.
Examples.
Exhibit a bad attitude. Exhibit a great talent. Other technology industries exhibit similarly explosive growth.
Tactile.
Relating to the sense of touch, tangible or perceptible through the sense of touch.
Examples.
Tactile stimulation. Tactile feedback. The tactile sensation of the fabric was soft and smooth to the touch.
Automatically.
Without needing a direct human control.
Examples.
Record driving automatically. Automatically adjusted. Our subscription plan is automatically renewed.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event. The act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples.
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Subjective.
Based on a personal perspective or feeling rather than an unbiased or objective view. Influenced by personal opinions, interpretations, or feelings.
Examples.
Subjective opinion. Subjective interpretation. The concept of time is subjective and can feel longer or shorter depending on the situation.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples.
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Gradual.
Happening slowly over a long period of time or distance, not steep or abrupt.
Examples:
A gradual process. A gradual change. The country experienced a gradual increase in population.
Neural.
Of or relating to a nerve or the nervous system that includes the brain.
Examples:
Neural stem cells. Neural networks in AI. There was a disturbance of neural function.
Grid.
A pattern of regularly spaced horizontal and vertical lines, a system of high-tension cables by which electrical power is distributed throughout a region.
Examples:
A grid design. A wire grid. Grid pattern roads often appear in urban areas.
Dimension.
A measurable extent of a particular kind, such as width, height, or length.
Examples:
New dimension. The crosswise dimension. Overall dimensions are approximately 400 by 200 millimeters.
Neuron.
A cell that is specialized to carry information within the brain and between the brain and other parts of the body.
Examples:
Excite the neurons. Neuron cell body. Our body transfers information along each neuron using an electrical impulse.
Billboard.
A large outdoor sign or display that is used for advertising, marketing, or public information, typically located along highways or main roads.
Examples:
Billboard advertising. Digital billboard. The new billboard on the highway promotes a popular vacation destination.
Digital.
Processing or storing information as a succession of 1 and 0 to show that a signal is present or missing, relating to the use of computer technology, especially the Internet.
Examples:
A digital watch. Digital electronic signature. Sensors convert physical phenomena into digital signals.
Element.
A fundamental or essential part of something.
Examples:
New design elements. Non-metallic elements. Natural selection is an essential element in Darwin's theory of evolution.
Frequency.
An ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples:
Frequency band. High frequency. The oscillator hunts for the correct frequency.
Palpate.
To examine or explore a person's body, typically by touching or feeling with the hands, to assess their physical condition or detect abnormalities.
Examples:
Palpate the pulse. Palpate a swollen lymph node. The doctor palpated the patient's abdomen to check for any abnormalities.
Topographical.
Relating to the arrangement or physical features of a geographical area or terrain, relating to the detailed description or mapping of the physical features of a location.
Examples:
Topographical data. Topographical survey. The topographical map of the region revealed the rugged terrain we would face on the hike.
Arrangement.
A plan or preparation for the future event, the action or process of placing things in a particular order.
Examples:
Arrangement of the furniture. Arrangement committee. As a first arrangement, we agreed to meet the following Friday.
Perpendicular.
Forming, situated at, or being at a right angle to a given line or plane, upright or vertical, at right angles to the horizon.
Examples:
Perpendicular angles. Perpendicular walls. The two lines were perfectly perpendicular to each other.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Warp.
To twist or bend out of shape, especially as a result of being heated, to distort or twist the meaning or sense of something.
Examples:
Warp under pressure. Become warped. The ship's hull was warped from years of use in rough seas.
Odd.
Strange or unexpected, not divisible by two.
Examples:
In an odd way. Odd behavior. His grandfather was an odd man.
Analyze.
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples:
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.
Ophthalmology.
The branch of medicine that deals with the anatomy, physiology, and diseases of the eye.
Examples:
Ophthalmology practice. Ophthalmology clinic. My grandfather had a problem with his eyes and went to an ophthalmology specialist.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Laser.
A device that emits powerful and narrow light that can be used as a tool to cut metal through a process of optical amplification.
Examples:
Laser printer. Pulse laser. The company holds patents on core components of laser jet printers.
Scan.
To examine something hastily, with the eyes or with a machine, to get information.
Examples:
Scan the face of a man. Scan a document into PDF. She stood on the podium and scanned an audience.
Retina.
The innermost light-sensitive membrane covering the back wall of the eyeball.
Examples:
Retinal cells. Retina scanner. Damage to the retina may play a role in the development of glaucoma.
Horizontal.
Parallel to the ground or in a baseline, being at the same level as all members of a group.
Examples:
Horizontal lines. Horizontal stripes. Airplanes need horizontal tails to improve stability.
Symmetrical.
Having similarity in size, shape, and relative position of corresponding parts.
Examples:
Symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical pattern. This figure is symmetrical about the x-axis.
Fovea.
A small, central area of the retina of the eye that has the highest concentration of photoreceptor cells and is responsible for seeing fine detail and color.
Examples:
Fovea superior. Fovea centralis. Some disorders, such as macular degeneration, can affect the function of the fovea.
Optic.
Relating to vision or the eyes, relating to or involving light or optics.
Examples:
Optic fiber. Optic illusion. The campaign ad was designed with bright colors and bold fonts for maximum optic impact.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Bump.
To hit or knock against something hard, often with a dull sound, to meet with by accident.
Examples:
Bump against a wall. Bump up prices. She accidentally bumped into him in the crowded room.
Marked.
Having a noticeable feature or distinctive quality, easily noticeable or obvious.
Examples:
A marked difference. Marked decline. Her marked improvement in her grades resulted from her increased focus and effort.
Arrow.
A thin, pointed projectile designed to be shot from a bow, a symbol or pointer that is shaped like an arrow.
Examples:
Arrow pointing. Arrow diagram. The archer aimed his arrow carefully at the target.
Cyst.
A sac, cavity, or abnormal growth in the body that is typically filled with fluid or semi-solid material, usually benign but can also be cancerous and require treatment.
Examples:
Cyst removal. Ovarian cyst. The patient was sent for an X-ray to determine the cause of the cyst in her abdomen.
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Mechanical.
Operated by a machine, relating to or concerned with machinery or tools.
Examples:
A mechanical style of writing. The influence of mechanical action. A mechanical engineer is still in demand in many companies.
Eyeball.
The round part of the eye of a vertebrate that is usually inside the head and, therefore, cannot be seen.
Examples:
Eyeball motion. Redness of the eyeball. Increased eyeball pressure leads to the development of glaucoma.
Cortex.
The outermost layer of an organ, especially the brain.
Examples:
Cortex cells. Visual cortex neuron. The cerebral cortex consists of 6 layers.
Plot.
A secret plan or scheme to achieve a specific goal. The plan or main story of a literary work. Verb, to plan secretly, usually something illegal.
Examples:
Plot line. Plot a surprise attack. The plot of the novel centers around a group of friends who uncover a conspiracy to control the world's water supply.
Purple.
Of a color intermediate between red and blue.
Examples:
Deep purple. Purple sweet potatoes. The plant has a stunning purple blossom.
Association.
A people or groups of people who have joined in a single organization together for a particular purpose, a social or business connection or relationship.
Examples:
Word associations. A scholarship association. His membership in the association provided him with numerous benefits.
Perception.
A belief, opinion, or image you have based on how you regard, understand, or interpret something, the ability to see, hear, or notice something through the senses.
Examples:
Keen perception. Perception of a stimulus. He is a man admired for the depth of his perception.
Convenient.
Useful, helpful, or quick to do.
Examples:
Convenient way. Convenient location. The airport offers 5 convenient access routes.
Recall.
To remember something.
Examples:
Recall the incident. Recall his name. She vividly recalls getting laid off several years ago.
Diminish.
To reduce or be reduced in size, extent, or importance, to make something smaller, weaker, etc.
Examples:
Diminish a reputation. Diminish swelling. As people get old, their energies may diminish.
Elusive.
Difficult to find, define, achieve, or remember.
Examples:
An elusive criminal. Track down an elusive fact. The physicist who found the elusive particle won the Nobel Prize.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Stability.
The quality or attribute of being firm and steadfast.
Examples:
Stability Pact. Fiscal Stability Pact. The policy should increase the country's monetary stability.
Maintain.
To continue to uphold or sustain, to keep in a particular state or condition, to assert or declare something to be true.
Examples:
Maintain order. Maintain good health. I need to maintain my car regularly to prevent any major mechanical issues.
Continuity.
The state or quality of being continuous, uninterrupted, or consistent, the maintenance of a connection, sequence, or pattern.
Examples:
Continuity plan. Continuity of service. The sudden departure of the team leader disrupted the project's continuity.
Generate.
To produce or create something, to make offspring by reproduction.
Examples:
Generate more electricity. Generate $100 a month. The economic stimulation program would generate a lot of new jobs.
Interior.
The inside or inner part of something, the space within the walls of a building.
Examples:
Interior decoration. Plenty of interior space. The painter focused on the moody interiors of abandoned buildings in his work.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Stable.
Firm and steady, not easily moved, disturbed, or changed.
Examples:
In stable condition. Have a stable job. Relations between the two countries have been relatively stable due to the summit meeting.
Deviate.
To depart from an established course or plan, to change direction or take a different route or approach.
Examples:
Deviate from the norm. Deviate from the plan. It's important not to deviate from the established safety procedures.
Singular.
Being only one of its kind, unique.
Examples:
Singular purpose. Singular goal. The singular beauty of the night sky never ceases to amaze him.
Internal.
Of or relating to the inside of something.
Examples:
Internal organs. The internal economy. The Prime Minister cancelled visits to other countries to resolve internal disputes.
Milieu.
The social, cultural, or environmental setting in which a person lives or operates, surroundings or context.
Examples:
New urban milieu. Political milieu. The city's diverse cultural milieu contributes to its unique charm.
Chemistry.
The branch of the natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions.
Examples:
Professor of chemistry. The chemistry of soil. He is familiar with chemistry and biology.
Parameter.
A numerical or other measurable factors that characterize a system or set of data.
Examples:
Parameter estimation. Parameter tuning. The temperature range was one of the critical parameters we had to consider when designing the experiment.
Midline.
An imaginary line that divides something, such as a shape, object, or body, into two equal or symmetrical halves.
Examples:
Midline incision, midline herniation. The midline of a rectangle divides it into two halves.
Permit.
To allow for something to happen or be done. Noun, the act of giving a formal, usually written, authorization.
Examples:
Permit application, work permit. The teacher will not permit any students to leave the classroom early.
Survival.
The state of continuing to exist or live, frequently in the face of difficulty or danger.
Examples:
Survival ability, survival food. He evaluated his chances for survival rather pessimistically.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention, disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Infinite.
Unlimited or very great, impossible to measure.
Examples:
Infinite appetite, infinite in supply. The battle had an infinite impact on the nation.
Physiological.
Relating to the normal functioning of living organisms and their organs and systems, concerning the physical or biochemical processes and activities that occur within the body.
Examples:
Physiological response, physiological activity. The doctor explained the various physiological changes that occur during pregnancy.
Tight.
Fixed, fastened, or kept together firmly or closely.
Examples:
A tight game, student on a tight budget. The national election was held amid tight security.
Regulation.
An official rule made and maintained by a government or some other authority, the act of controlling or directing something according to a rule.
Examples:
A company regulation, regulation by the government. The regulation approved by Congress was perfunctorily implemented.
Bond.
A close emotional connection between two or more people, a certificate of debt that a government or corporation issues to raise money.
Examples:
Bond as a family, global bond market. They had formed a friendship bond.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value, permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Regulate.
To control something, especially by means of rules or laws.
Examples:
Regulate blood sugar levels. Regulate our conduct. We must manage to regulate our expenditure.
Stem.
The central part of something from which other parts can develop or grow, the part of a word common to all its inflected variants. Verb, to grow out of, have roots in, or originate in.
Examples:
Stem from a belief. The stem of a matchstick. A rose has thorns on its stem.
Cerebral.
Relating to the brain or intellect, intellectual or studious rather than emotional or physical.
Examples:
Cerebral palsy. Cerebral cortex. The patient experienced a cerebral hemorrhage and required surgery.
Spinal.
Of or relating to the spine, equals the long bone in the body's back.
Examples:
Spinal injury. Brain and spinal cord. The surgeon carefully confirmed how to remove the tumor to avoid damaging the spinal nerves.
Cord.
A strong, thick, or thin thread or rope, a piece of plastic-coated wire used to transport electricity to a piece of equipment.
Examples:
Spinal cord. Electrical cord. Your spinal cord is located deep within your body.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples:
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Device.
A piece of equipment, tool, or technology that serves a particular purpose or function, often mechanical or electronic.
Examples:
Electronic device. Tracking device. I always carry a backup device in case my phone runs out of battery.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples:
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Damage.
To harm or cause injury to something or someone, often resulting in decreased value or functionality, to impair or negatively affect something, such as a reputation or relationship. Noun, harm or injury that is caused to a person, thing, or entity.
Examples:
Damage a relationship. Damage assessment. During the surgery, the doctor had to be extremely cautious not to damage a blood vessel.
Stroke.
A medical condition in which poor blood flow to the brain causes cell death, the act of swinging or striking at a ball with a club, racket, etc.
Examples:
suffer stroke, a stroke of the putter. This year's extreme heat has resulted in many heat stroke cases.
Coma.
A state of prolonged unconsciousness, typically caused by severe injury or illness, during which a person is unresponsive and lacks awareness of their surroundings.
Examples:
medical coma, medically induced coma. Unfortunately, the accident left him in a deep coma.
Vegetative.
Composed of or relating to the division of nature, comprising the plant, alive but losing brain functioning and having only involuntary bodily functioning.
Examples:
a dull vegetative lifestyle, the vegetative world. He was in what was described as a vegetative state.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples:
disappear without a trace, disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
sect beliefs, secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
key component, spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Paralysis.
A condition in which you are unable to move or lose control of part or most of the body because of illness or injury.
Examples:
moral paralysis, paralysis in the leg. Massive demonstrations lead to total paralysis of transportation.
Indirectly.
Not going straight to the point, implying or suggesting something.
Examples:
indirectly related, indirectly impact. The CEO indirectly expressed her disappointment with the project's progress.
Horrific.
Causing horror or disgust, gruesome and terrifying.
Examples:
horrific experience, horrific condition. The accident scene was horrific, with bodies and debris scattered everywhere.
Imprison.
To confine a person to a prison, a detention facility, or a place of involuntary confinement.
Examples:
imprison illegal immigrant, imprison myself within the room. He was imprisoned for embezzlement.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
Patient in the hospital. Patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Frightening.
Causing fear or alarm, or very surprising and alarming.
Examples:
Cast frightening eyes. Frightening experience. The news of the pandemic was a frightening reminder of the fragility of human health.
Module.
A self-contained unit or component of a larger system or structure. A standardized unit of computer hardware or software designed to perform a specific function.
Examples:
Module software. Audio module. I must install a new programming module for my computer program to function properly.
Aspect.
One part or feature of a situation, problem, subject, etc.
Examples:
Non-technical aspects of the job. Aspects of social, political, and economic life. His professional experience includes all aspects of media production.
Exquisite.
Extremely beautiful and delicate.
Examples:
Exquisite crafts. A man of exquisite sensitivity. We can hear an exquisite piano melody from his room.
Topography.
The arrangement and physical features of a particular area or region, including its natural and artificial elements and their relative positions and elevations. The study or description of this arrangement and these features.
Examples:
Topography map. Detailed topography. The topography of the region is rugged, with many hills and valleys.
Interconnect.
To connect similar things.
Examples:
Directly interconnect with those systems. Human activities interconnect with the environment. Our system can now interconnect with other databases.
Recursion.
The process of repeating or looping through a set of instructions or functions within another function, often used in programming and computer science.
Examples:
Recursion depth. Recursion limit. The team encountered an infinite recursion error in their code, causing the program to crash.
Primordial.
Existing from the beginning of time or the start of a particular process, relating to the earliest stage of the universe.
Examples:
Primordial forms of life. Primordial gas. The discovery of the primordial soup was a crucial step in understanding the origins of life on Earth.
Spectacle.
Something or someone seen, especially a notable or unusual sight, an optical device consisting of a frame that houses a pair of lenses for correcting defective vision.
Examples:
Pretty spectacle. Spectacle lens. She could not help watching the sad spectacle.
Profusion.
Abundance, a large quantity or number of something.
Examples:
Profusion of ideas. Profusion of wildlife. The garden was filled with a profusion of colorful flowers and plants.
Normally.
Usually, under normal conditions.
Examples:
Complete normally. Not normally drink much. I don't normally take a vacation in the middle of summer.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Interaction.
The act of connecting with someone, mainly when working, playing, or spending time with them.
Examples:
The interaction between man and his environment. Interaction among human beings. The interaction of the two groups is good for brainstorming.
Vertebrate.
Relating to animals that have a backbone or spinal column, such as mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish.
Examples:
The muscle tissue of a vertebrate. Vertebrate biology. The presence of a backbone is a defining characteristic of vertebrate animals.
Disagree.
To have or express a different opinion, idea, etc.
Examples:
Disagree about a particular issue. Disagree with a plan. I disagree for reasons already stated above.
Wealth.
A large amount of money, property, or other things that someone or an organization owns.
Examples:
Majority of his wealth. Material wealth. The wealth inequality was unavoidable.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Autobiographical.
Relating to or based on the experiences, thoughts, or life story of oneself, about one's own life history or personal narrative.
Examples:
Autobiographical narrative. Autobiographical memory. The author wrote an autobiographical novel about growing up in a small town.
Largely.
Virtually entirely, to a large degree.
Examples:
Largely accepted. Largely mitigate the issue. Nevada is largely a desert state.
Primate.
Any mammal of the order primates, which includes monkeys, apes, and humans.
Examples:
Primate species. Primate sanctuary. Many scientists study primate behavior and intelligence.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree. Degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Novelty.
The quality of being new, attractive, and unusual.
Examples:
Bit of a novelty. The novelty of an invention. In Europe, this tropical fruit is still a novelty.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Anticipate.
To expect or predict that something will happen, to tell in advance.
Examples:
Anticipate your kind cooperation. Anticipate a black future. We anticipate heavy snowfall tomorrow.
Prompt.
To make someone decide to or try to do something, or to make something happen.
Examples:
Prompt a feeling of hunger. Prompt a debate. That incident prompted a nationwide chain reaction regarding the crackdown on illegal groups.
Extended.
Longer than usual or anticipated.
Examples:
Extended vacation. Extended payment. The extended airport runways may accommodate larger jets.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
Imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Instrument.
An object used to make musical sounds, such as a piano, guitar, or drum, a tool or device used for a specific activity, particularly in specialist or scientific work.
Examples:
Musical instruments. Surgical instruments. This electronic instrument is required to undergo periodic inspections to ensure precision.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Justice.
The quality of being fair and reasonable and treating people equally according to their due.
Examples:
Criminal justice. Justice of heaven. The judge's ruling was based on the principles of justice and fairness.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Collective.
Done or shared by every member of a group of people.
Examples:
Right to collective bargaining. Collective ownership. Product development is a collective effort.
Sociocultural.
Relating to or influenced by the social and cultural factors of a society or group, particularly in relation to its customs, beliefs, values, and practices.
Examples:
Sociocultural factors. Sociocultural identity. The university's sociocultural programs aim to promote diversity and understanding among students.
Curiosity.
A strong desire to know or learn about something.
Examples:
Boundless curiosity. Satisfy my intellectual curiosity. We are motivated by curiosity rather than necessity.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Gravity.
The force that attracts a body towards the center of the earth or towards any other physical body having mass, a manner that is solemn.
Examples:
The attraction of gravity. Preserve my gravity. The astronaut felt weightless in space due to the absence of gravity.
Galaxy.
An independent group of stars, interstellar gas, dark matter, etc., in the universe, bound together by gravity.
Examples:
Elliptic galaxy. A galaxy of famous actors. The Milky Way galaxy has numerous water-bearing planets.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
Progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Humankind.
The whole of the living human inhabitants of the earth.
Examples:
Humankind as a species. History of humankind. On the geological timescale, humankind has existed for a brief moment.
Depression.
A mental condition in which a person feels very unhappy and without hope for the future, a severe recession in an economy or market.
Examples:
The Great Depression. The root problem of her depression. Depression symptoms might include a decrease in appetite and weight loss.
Alzheimer.
A neurodegenerative disease that causes memory loss, cognitive decline, and behavioral issues, is the most common cause of dementia in older adults.
Examples:
Alzheimer's brain. Alzheimer's risk factors. My grandmother has Alzheimer's disease, requires special care and attention from her caregivers.
Addiction.
The inability to stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
Alcohol addiction. Addiction to foreign oil. He is now fighting his addiction to drugs.
Devastate.
To wreck a place or an area or cause significant damage.
Examples:
Devastate an area. Devastate the economy. Earthquakes can also trigger tsunamis, which devastate coastal areas.
Render.
To bring someone or something into a particular state, to provide something such as service, help, etc.
Examples:
Render an assessment. Render the contract void. The jury must render a decision on this complex case.
Unconscious.
In the state of lacking awareness and the capacity for sensory perception, especially as the result of a head injury or illness.
Examples:
Unconscious bias. A person who is unconscious. I know his unconscious habit that he touches his face when he lies.
Pray.
To make a request or petition to a higher power, especially in the form of a respectful or humble request.
Examples:
Pray devoutly. Pray for rain. She closed her eyes and prayed for strength to overcome difficult times.
Serendipity.
The occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way, a fortunate accident or discovery.
Examples:
Serendipity moment. Serendipity discovery. The discovery of penicillin was a result of serendipity.
Justify.
To provide a valid or reasonable explanation, reasoning, or evidence in support of a belief, action, or decision, to defend or vindicate something as right or valid.
Examples:
Justify my beliefs. Justify your decision. The lawyer tried to justify his client's actions by presenting evidence of their difficult upbringing.